Hello friends. So this is our 18th lecture on self-help and apology for poetry. In the last class we saw that poet haters, they attack poesy, sweet poesy for certain reasons. One is rhyming and versing that we have answered, and second we have seen that it's more useful knowledge. People can go for more useful knowledge than poesy. But also we have seen that poesy is the most useful knowledge. And the third point is that it is the principle, poesy tells lies. One of the principal liars is it. And there we saw that if poesy abuses something, it is not the poesy that is to be attacked or criticized, but the poet, the person, the jester, not the just. J-E-S-T, jester, not the jester, just. And today we have got two more points to consider, and that is the fourth point is that poesy teaches no action. That is the fourth point, isn't it? No action. Poesy is effeminate. Effeminate. You become woman-like after reading poems. I don't know how that happens. Anyhow, no action, only imagination. Only imagination. That is. So poesy makes you effeminate. 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 This he answers by saying that there is poetry is universal. Poetry is found everywhere. Even the Sphinx, even the Sphinx cannot tell of a time when poetry did not exist. And who is this Sphinx? It's a mythical creature with a human head, hunch of a lion, and wings of the wings of birds. It's a mythical creature. And Sphinx asks you riddles. According to mythology, Sphinx asks you riddles. If you don't answer them, they will punish you. The Sphinxes will punish you. So in other words, it just means the Sphinx existed from time immemorial, before the dawn of history. Even if you ask the Sphinx, was there a time when there was no poetry? The Sphinx will say, no, there was no time. Ever since, even before the dawn of history, there was poetry. So Alkian is such a thing, Alkian is said that it is effeminate. It was useful, no? That's why they existed then. The Albion nation, even they had poetry. Years ago. Yes. It happened once that certain goats, they were killing people, murdering people for conquering a place. And then these soldiers, they were about to set fire to the library. And their leaders said, commanders said, don't do that. But there are toys inside, books, toys inside. So they will play with the toys, and by this time we can conquer the nearby lands. So according to them, it is pure ignorance. They consider the books toys, and therefore Horace says. So there are three examples we have already seen now. One is Sphinx. He cannot say a time when poetry did not exist. Even the Albion nation, there was poetry, much, even before the dawn of history. And now we see certain goats, what were they doing? They were killing people and were about to set fire to the library, but their commanders said, don't do it because they are toys and they play with the toys. By the time, they will be distracted by that, by the time we will be able to conquer. That is pure ignorance. It is an ordinary doctrine of ignorance that they don't know. It's not only this, They said all the books in the library. That means not only poetry, it's all about knowledge. So they have no idea about that. See, therefore, it says that Sidney says that's not our mistake or mistake of poesy or the poets. That is the attitude of the people, general attitude of the people. So Horace says, Jubeo stultum esse libendum. Jubeo stultum esse libendum. So that means quoted by him, quoted by Sir Philip Sidney, quoted a line from Horace. And Jubeo means be jubilant, happy. Let them be happy. Who? Stultum means stupid fellows. Stupid fellows, stultum. Idiots. Let the idiots be happy. SM means is. As much as they want. Liberty. They are liberty, libendo. They are the foolish people, the idiots are free to be happy as much as they want to be happy. That's it. I mean, they are free to be happy. Means these ignorant people, they say, come on, let us set fire to this. It's a trophy, something like that. That we have conquered. So I said, they are ignorant people. Let them be happy, what can we do? That's what he said. Poetry it supports action. The people of action, they like poetry. For example, poetry is the companion of camps of soldiers. You can see, you have seen now, soldiers that move in troops, they sing. In tracks and so on, they sit and sing. So that's poesy. Think of King Arthur, the Great, and also Orlando Furioso. That is Ariosto's epic. So they are men of action. They are heroes of the epics. King Arthur, very famous one. The King Arthur and his round table knights and so on, So they love poetry. King Arthur and Orlando Furioso, and people also love their action. The Turks and the Tartars, supposed to be that is with the Philistines, the Turks and the Tartars, means they are interested only in worldly affairs, but they love poetry. See? Before the Greeks flourished, Homer flourished. Because in history we see Homer flourished before the Greeks flourished. See, the Greeks took the first light, you can say, the first light of knowledge from him. The Greeks learned the first emotions of courage from him. Plutarch, he writes about Alexander the Great, the phoenix of princes. He left behind his teacher, living teacher Aristotle, and he took dead Homer with him. Look at that. So poesy. And who was he? He was a prince, a phoenix-like prince. Like a phoenix, if in case he meets with a defeat, he will rise up like the phoenix from his ashes. That's a myth again. So such a person, see, his living schoolmaster Aristotle, he left. And when he went for battles to different places, he took Homer with him, because that shows that it is not effeminate, it is action. Action. He learned action. He learned his motions of courage on him. He put philosopher Callisthenes to death, because the philosopher was very stubborn. Callisthenes. Imagine, Callisthenes, the philosopher, he put him to death. But he took Homer with him, Homer. And he left Aristotle behind, his master. The living Aristotle he left behind. And then he took. And according to the history says, Achilles was his model. From where did he get Achilles and the lessons like this? It is from poesy, poetry. So you cannot say that It is not action, it is imagination. Because all these action heroes. Anyways, in Roman history you can see. And you can see in Roman history that the Ennius, that is, the Roman poet, when Fulvius, the Roman general Fulvius, he went to the battlefield, he took Ennius the poet with him. And Cato the historian, the great historian of the Romans, who wrote for the first time history in Latin. He was against Hellenic culture, Greek culture. Such a towering figure in Roman history. He disliked Fulvius, Fulvius' action. He said, what have you done? According to the rules of battle, you can only take a soldier with you, not a poet. But he took Ennius the poet with him. And Cato was not at all in favor of that, but another Roman general, Scipio, the two Scipios, Scipio, S-C, Scipio, two both, the younger and the elder Scipios, they loved Ennius, they were men of action. They allowed, when Ennius died, they allowed Ennius' body to be buried in their sepulchre. So therefore it says, Ennius the poet, Roman generals took poets with them. Alexander the Great took Homer with him, dead Homer. So that means you can almost imagine how, with what reverence, with what love, with what patronage, you can say, they took or they considered or they held the poets in a very high esteem. That's why even against the wishes of Cato, Fulvius took Ennius with him to the battlefield. Because according to the rules and regulations of battle, you are not supposed to take an unmustered person, that is unmustered, that is the word. Means only a soldier can accompany a soldier, not a poet. But he took it. So, from this, what do you mean? What do you understand? Asks our great critic. See that? He said that no action, poetry teaches only effeminate imagination, and they make you effeminate. What about all this men of action? See? It's not that. Then he says, there was a great poet. That is Terence, you know that Terence. Origen Terence, the dramatist, the Roman dramatist. We have seen him in some other section. Then is the Laelius. Laelius was a poet. And it is said that he was a philosopher also. He was considered as the Socrates of Rome. So, he wrote part of a play, or the whole play maybe, supposed to be written by Terence. Understand that? So what does that mean? That means poesy does not make you effeminate, it makes you men of action. Because all the men of action, they loved poesy. See? Okay, then we go on to the fifth point, that is Plato. Plato banished, that's an authority there. Plato banished poets from his republic. Banished poets from his republic. This is it is like taking the help of a lion and braying like an ass. Because Plato is such an authority. So on the other hand, we can see when you read his dialogues, Phaedrus, and also Ion, two dialogues, Phaedrus and Ion, you will find Plato praises, Plato holds the poets in high esteem. Two dialogues, you can see that. And he was the most poetical of all philosophers. Because he knew teaching should lead you to delight also. So he made his dialogues, he wrote his dialogues in verse. Understand? Poetry, he never spurned poetry. He was not an adversary of poetry, but he was an admirer of poetry. He was a patron of poetry. Understand? And you can see the Athenians, they were once under the power of, they were conquered by Athenians, conquered by Syracuse. See? Then from the Syracusans, how did the Athenians escape? By repeating the verses of Euripides, the Greek Euripides. So, they wanted to escape from the sufferings caused by the Syracusans. Syracuse, that is present Sicily. That is nearby places, no, Syracuse. So, Sicily, Sicily. And then they repeated the verses of the Euripides. And when you repeat, you are caught. You are an Athenian, you are caught by the Syracusans. You want to escape from that, then you repeat the verses of Euripides. Just as suppose in India, some foreign power or even within India some enemies catch you. Then if you recite the verses of Dohe of Tulsidas or Kabir Das, then they will say, okay, we can go. So it's a means to escape from your enemies. Imagine that. Understand? And Athenians considered philosophers not worthy to live there. 7 cities wanted, they craved for making Homer their citizen. Imagine, 7 cities. They considered Plato not, they considered poets not at all valuable people. We have already seen Alexander put Callisthenes to death. Many cities banished the philosophers, including Athens, I just noted. Understand that? So if you see, poets, how they could, Simonides, and Pindarus, Greek lyric poets. There was a tyrant, Hero the First. He was a tyrant. These poets, Simonides and Pindarus, they approached Hero the First, and the tyrant became a very gentle and generous king. So that means the influence of the lyric poets could convert a tyrant into a gentleman. But on the other hand, Plato, he tried his level best to convert Dionysius the First. He was also a wretched tyrant. Plato, a philosopher, he failed. So what happened? Dionysius ended as a slave. See the power of poets. Where Plato failed, Where Plato, the philosopher, failed, the lyric poets Simonides and Pindar. You have heard of odes of Pindar, no? Pindaric odes, yes. This. So, therefore you can see the power of poesy. And how can Plato banish poets from the commonwealth? Yes, there was a case. What kind of a commonwealth? A commonwealth where there were only women, for some reason. Because maybe he might have thought that they might come across amorous conceits as we have seen. Maybe that may be the reason. Another reason it is said about Plato is that these poets, according to Plato, they spread wrong ideas about gods. Wrong ideas about gods. That is it. Actually, the poets did not spread wrong ideas about gods. Already in the Greek religion, it's based on multiplicity of gods and goddesses. So already even before the poets started, say they were even thought of writing about the gods, already these ideas were living in the community, in the society. So they only imitated this. Because it is, as you can see, Greek religion is thickly packed with the gods and goddesses and their strange behaviors and their same characters and so on. Isn't it? And so, the already existing things they imitated. They did not spread wrong ideas about God. So that Plato came to know later. And what did Socrates do towards the end of his life? Towards the end of his life, he was trying to versify Aesop's fables. Look at that. Socrates, whom Apollo considered as the wisest man in the world. What was he doing? He was versifying the fables of Aesop. So then how can you say, and I have already told you in the Ion, the dialogue, or Phaedrus or Symposium, or either Phaedrus or it is also known as Symposium, dialogue of Plato, you can see, Plato praises the poets. So Plato is not an adversary, but Plato is an admirer. Plato is the patron of poets. So that is how he concludes. Plato did not teach wrong ideas about gods. Plato did not not Plato, but the poets did not teach wrong ideas about gods. But these ideas were already there. Plutarch writes about Isis and Osiris. Plutarch also writes about how the oracles came to an end. Those things were already there. See, end of oracles. And the poets were not responsible for these things. So, how can you say? So the poets spread wrong notions about gods into the heads of, or they imparted wrong notions about gods into the minds of young people. Not at all, because these wrong notions were already there. What can we do? And they just imitate. Therefore, we cannot say. That is, or some people might have thought that Plato is a philosopher. Philosophers don't like poets, and so Plato banished the philosophers from the Republic. No. Plato never did it. Therefore, all the 5 accusations of poet haters. Remember Socrates, I just now told you, spent his time, towards the end of his life, he was engaged in versifying the Aesop's fables. Then how can you say that the Greek philosophers were, that is especially Plato, he was against poetry and he banished? No, not at all. He might have banished poets who probably, everywhere, any group you will find filthy people also. So, some poets might have taught or filthy ideas they might have spread. Such people. So, in this case also what you see is that it's not the poetry to be blamed, but the poet's the person to be blamed. Yes. Therefore, he concludes that it is not poetry that is, it is not poets and poetry that he is against, Plato is against, but it is wrong use of that. In the last class we said sword, you can do use for constructive and destructive purpose. The word of God, you can use blasphemy. So a painter can paint sacrifice. Yeah. At the same time, he can paint destructions, how people conduct or enter into destructions. Yes. Therefore, finally says Plato is not an adversary, but Plato is an admirer. Thus he has answered all the 5 accusations of poet haters. First one is rhyming and versing. We have seen rhyming and versing is not necessary at all, but it adds delight and also ornament. There are more useful disciplines or subjects like that. So what? And this is also very important and very useful. See? And then he says about they are principal liars. So the poets don't lie. It's only figuring forth imagination. How should be, not is. Poets do not affirm or deny. Again it's there. And poets, they teach people only, when people read poems, they remain just daydreaming, not men of action. As in Alexander, the great man, King Arthur, so also, so Fulvius, they took poets with them. Alexander took Homer with him. And then, lastly, we saw no action and Plato bans, already we have seen. So, what Sidney says is that if philosophers, they learn the sweet knowledge from poesy, just as apprentices learn trade from their masters. And after learning the trade from the masters, they scorn them. Exactly like that. Philosophers, they learn sweet knowledge from the poets and then scorn. Or they abandon him, ungrateful. So philosophers are ungrateful. Anyhow, finally we have seen the conclusion is that poetry, sweet poetry, or poets, Plato is not an adversary, but Plato is an admirer and a patron of poets. You have got a sea of examples we can give. But poesy has taught people. Poesy presented great heroes. Aeneas, we have already seen Aeneas. Alexander the Great. Then you have King Arthur. You have Orlando Furious. You have Ronaldo. How many? You have Achilles. You have Hector. So, you can never say that poesy is in any way, or poesy is in any way teaches you any negative ideas. Finally, just one more word, and that is poesy teaches and delights. I hope you have been following me. All the arguments are over. We started with an introduction, and now throughout we have been talking about this defense, and finally we have defended, conclusively defended. I hope my defense you have at least you have understood what I have been telling you about, or you have understood my explanations and have some use to you. Then I am very happy and satisfied. I am a very satisfied teacher if you feel that, if I somehow come to know that my lectures are useful to you. Now the remaining part of the anapology poetry is the surveying the English situation, surveying the situation in England. Another very interesting thing is that if you consider the modern approach to poetry and criticism and so on, you will find these defense or offense have no value. Why? Because it is Nietzsche said there is no absolute meaning for words. So there is no absolute, no word has an absolute meaning. So even if you make, so if you say wrong notions, they cannot be wrong notions. Why? Because no absolute meaning. And then Ferdinand de Saussure said that there is no meaning, only difference. Isn't it? So when he says, somebody says that something wrong thing, it doesn't mean what he says. There is only difference. Cat is a cat because it is not a dog, simple. And then comes the greatest of all modern philosophers, post-structuralist, that is deconstruction. Jacques Derrida. We will have lectures on that later. I am slowly coming up like this. Next will be John Dryden, and then Dr. Johnson, Pope, Alexander Pope. After that we will have Dr. Johnson. Then Shelley. Already we have done introduction to lyrical brothers. We have professed lyrical brothers. We have already done 8 or 12 lectures. I have already done. Then we will have Shelley. Then afterwards we have Mathew. T.S. Eliot also I have done. Slowly then we get into new criticism and all kinds of other things. Feminism, then Marxist literary criticism, already 3 lectures I have given you. And other things, new criticism. Then you have got structuralism, modernism, postmodernism, post-structuralism, and the next, what is going to happen. Things will be done. So, if you consider the 20th century approach, or modern approach, these arguments, accusations don't stand. Because the ground is slippery. You are standing on a slippery ground. As Jacques Derrida said, there is no meaning, only difference. That means signifiers what is happening to signifiers? The signifieds slip. There is a slippage. So if you say that poetry is harmful, what is the meaning of harmful? You cannot mix it. Because these 3 great men, you see, Nietzsche, no absolute meaning. Then Ferdinand de Saussure, only difference. And Jacques Derrida says difference. That means the meaning, the signified shift. The signified shift according to the context and according to the mind of the person who uses, culture, and all those things. Therefore, there is no fixed meaning, there is no absolute meaning. So what is the use of arguing like this? But of course 16th century, you have to see the 16th century background, and for academic purposes you have to do this for your examinations. I hope you have understood. So wait and give me some more time to reach that point of post-structuralism and so on. So before that we will go like this because it's a systematic. If I go and start giving one post-structuralism, suddenly there may be references here, back references also. So instead of that, if you go slowly like this, systematically. So you can start, I have started from Aristotle. I have done 12 lectures on Aristotle, then Horace, there are foundations now. Laid the foundations. Now Longinus, totally different approach, that is imagination and the beauty and delight. And now we have come to this Sidney, how he defends poison. Of course, lot of things he has taken from Aristotle, Horace and Longinus. I think during my lectures I have been referring to all the 3 these great authors. Isn't it? You remember? See, whenever I say moving, I take the example of Longinus. That is the doctrine of Longinus, sublime. Sublime means art should move you to then action. So gnosis and praxis, etc. These things I will repeat. I hope that you are following me and you will next one or two lectures, we will see the situation, surveying the situation in England, and then we will say goodbye to this. We will get into John Dryden. Yes, another great critic. He is also considered as the father of English criticism. His essay of dramatic poetry is considered to be a classic piece of prose in English. But we will see later. Till then, bye. Have a nice day. Enjoy your life. Take things easy. I hope my lectures are useful to you. If useful, you please somehow make me know that. Let me know it somehow. It can be visiting my site, or it can be writing a short remark or comment on my lectures. See, frames, no? There are many frames, and thus I will come to know. If there are defects also, you should tell me. Some people say that some people are pointing out the defects also. I am very happy about that, and appreciation also. I am very happy about that. So equal in praise and blame. Okay, so that's no problem. So take things easy. Bye.